Hey, thanks for stopping by. My name is Tyler, and today I want to talk about how my AWS Certified Solutions Architect Associate Studies are going. Kind of what I've done, what I think I need to do, and maybe a timeline on when I might be taking this exam. Before that, I do want to apologize for my lack of full-length videos these last 2 weeks. I was on vacation up in the Northwoods of Wisconsin. I had a ton of fun. It was a little bit stressful because my car had some issues. It turned out to be just a hose to the engine. I was driving along and my car just started smoking profusely out of the engine bay. So I kind of thought I blew a head gasket or wore out piston rings or did something a little more extreme than just a hose, but turned out to just be a hose. So that was very nice. I was very thankful that it wasn't anything too extreme, because car problems on vacation are never fun. My jet ski also had significant problems this last trip. I think every single day I had to troubleshoot something on it. It was having a lot of electrical problems, but we worked through them. It is a 1989, so it's bound to have issues, but I could make a whole video on all of the things that have happened to my jet ski. It's been crashed, sunk. I would love to tell all those stories, but we're going to talk about the Solutions Architect today. If you do want to see a video about my 1989 Kawasaki 650SX stand-up jet ski, please let me know, because I could talk about it all day long. But moving on to the important things, how is the Solutions Architect going? So, I'm kind of in my practice tests phase of studying. I've watched the A Cloud Guru course twice through now. I'm kind of just going through and listening to it while I detail cars, so almost on my, third time through, but this time it's without visual aid. I'm just listening to the classes rather than watching them. I've also read this guy right here. These are some training notes by Neil Davis. I did read this before I watched any of the A Cloud stuff. I am on my second read through now. I'm not sure if I'll need to read it all the way through, but I did start that as well because I enjoyed reading down by the pier while I was on vacation. So, I said I was doing practice tests, so let's talk about how those are going. I am currently using the A Cloud Guru practice tests. I've gotten mid-70s on all three I've taken, actually, anywhere from I think 74 to 77 or 78. So, not awesome, but not the worst. I think the Solutions Architect exam will cater to taking a lot of practice tests as a study method, because sometimes, even if you understand the technology, having an example shown to you as in form of a quiz question can really help you associate certain use cases with certain services. So what do I plan to do? I'm going to finish the other 3 practice tests by A Cloud Guru for this exam, and I'm also going to buy some other practice tests. There were 2 sets I was going to buy. One was on Udemy by someone. I can't remember their name, but I have it down in notes somewhere. And then I also heard the WizLabs practice tests are pretty good. I did some research online, and I will say the reviews on the A Cloud Guru practice tests aren't super great. They say they're easier than the actual exam, so obviously before I go and sit for the exam, I want to make sure I did some real super difficult practice exams, but I have access to the A Cloud Guru one, so let's just use them up. So I'm feeling pretty good overall. I feel really confident with a lot of the networking services. I did get my Network Plus, my CCNA prior to this certification, so I feel like that's kind of natural. My integration of Terraform with my Solutions Architect studies is also helping a lot. I am building a ton of stuff with Terraform right now. I have this configuration document. It's I think I'm coming up on 800 lines of code. It's building all sorts of crazy stuff. I could probably make a whole video on that as well. I think that is helping a ton. I think the areas where I'm really struggling are database, like specific database migrations, and kind of those intricacies that go along with that. I also seem to be struggling a little bit with the different, content delivery methods. So, kind of that application architecture where someone in Japan wants to access this web application, but they want it to be as low cost as possible, and then there's random bursts of like 1,000 users in the span of like 2 minutes sometimes. And then that's where you have to get into things like Lambda and SQS queues to kind of figure out what the best option is. Like today I learned that if you do have instances of an application needing to scale super rapidly like that, like we're talking 1,000 users in the span of like a couple minutes, it's not efficient to use an EC2 instance because it needs time to set up and it won't be available immediately for that 2-minute window. And then that's where things like Lambda can come in, where not only can it scale up faster than EC2 because it is serverless, it is also, catered to instances like that where you only need the scaling up functionality for like 2-3 minutes. It's not going to be a long-term thing because, as we all know, Lambda functions can't run longer than 15 minutes. Anyway, I think I covered everything I wanted to cover. Once again, I'm still feeling not super far away from sitting from the exam, but as you guys know, I love to overstudy and just do a lot of preparation to make sure I feel good when I sit down in the exam room. That being said, if you guys have any suggestions or resources that are just awesome, they were super close to the exam, or they were really challenging, please drop them below. I will definitely look at them. But that's all I have for you guys today. So, as always, I appreciate you watching. If you enjoyed the video, make sure to drop a comment. I read every single one of them, and I've replied to, I think, every single one of them. I might have missed a couple in the past few weeks. And if you want to kind of follow me through my journey of navigating the tech world at 19, not doing the college route, everything I do is self-study, make sure you subscribe, because I plan to kind of keep this channel alive for the next at least few years and document my process on kind of this crazy thing I'm doing. Anyway, I'll wrap it up there. Thank you guys for stopping by. Have a good one.